Shalom, everyone. It's your girl, Sophia Spiritual Light, and I want to make a comment on this that I just read because this is this makes sense, and the reason why this makes sense is I have to tell this. It was in a show called Supernatural, and I think it's season 4. A fallen angel descends to the earth, and she lost her shining, essentially, or her power, her light. She lost her light, and a tree grew in the place where her light fell, and then a woman got pregnant, and then this woman had this baby who basically had the soul of an angel, literally, because the angel fell from grace. He lost her grace. That's what she called it. She lost her grace. And when she lost her grace, where it fell, a tree grew, like I said, and a woman who was pregnant or got pregnant. And then when the child was born, it was basically this angel. It had the grace of an angel. And so in the story, she could, at a certain point, it was like when she turned 18 or something like that, she called it like angel talk radio. So she could hear the angels talking. And her parents were pastors or something like that. And so long story short, she could hear the angels talking. She could literally hear them talking. She called it like angel talk radio, like I said. And so when I read this, I was like, oh my gosh, this is what she was talking about. If you can tap into, their frequency, then you can hear their discussion. And so what these demons do is they hear some of the stuff that's going on. So when we speak to the angels, or when they speak to each other, or whatever the case may be, they can hear what's going on. I'm sure this also coincides with the degrees of the various planets and in the Earth zone, so they don't have access to anything higher than the Earth zone, but they can hear what's going on within the Earth zone. And then they come back down and they act like, oh, we knew that we can protect you if X, Y, and Z. But the whole time, all they're doing is hearing the goings on, the meetings, as I previously called it, between the Earth zone and the moon, or the Earth zone and the other planets, whatever the case may be. All they're doing is overhearing that stuff. Then they take it back down. They whisper it in the ears of men, they take, into the bodies of men. And then all of a sudden they are, being worshipped as, oh, you predicted this. Oh, you predicted that. Oh, you have this Holy Spirit, that Holy Spirit, blah, blah, blah. Whole time, all they're doing is overhearing the meetings, coming down and jumping into bodies, going on the internet and saying, oh, I talked to God and God told me this. And especially with the internet, it's super easy. And then people are worshiping them as if they have some kind of, new information. And the whole time is they literally are overhearing conversations, bringing information down, and jumping into these people, Jew and Gentile alike, Hebrew and Psalm 83rd alike, jumping into people, acting like, oh, well, God told me this and this and this and this, but that's simply not the case. It's simply not the case. And so this is also, so another thing that happened in that episode of Supernatural is that after a while, because at some point she realized she was an angel, right? And after a while, she decided she was going to go and get her grace back. And the other angels that were in heaven, they did not approve of this. And they set out to kill her so that she couldn't get her grace back. And the grace was underneath this tree, something like that, whatever. So at some point, the radio turned. She said, "Well, it sounds like a tape recording," and they were saying, Sam and Dean Winchester, something, something, something. And I was like, and I always thought that part of the episode was weird because if she could hear it, how could they then mask it so that she couldn't hear it? And now I understand that too. So we see the Gentiles running around here. They don't know what to do. They have no idea what's going on. That's because right now they're getting a tape recording where they used to get information, and the Most High is communicating with us directly, through this information. So they're getting radio silence when they fly up and into the eons, the firmament, wherever it was. They're getting radio silence, or they're getting told stuff, or they're being lied to. They're saying they're reporting one thing in their meeting, and then to us they're giving us information that's accurate. And so we are the ones who are able to tell what's going on based on the knowledge that the Most High has given us. All praises to the Most High, and not from listening to basically eavesdropping on their meetings. And so this is why the world is in chaos, because they've operated so long on getting their information by eavesdropping on the meetings that are being had. We're not getting our information like that. I'm not getting my information like that. I'm getting my information directly from the source, based on what type of spirit they are, what type of angel we're talking about. I'm getting my information directly from the source. Just like if you didn't see my video on spiritual diagnosis, that's how I'm getting my information. I'm looking at the influences and I'm taking it from there, and they can't do that. They don't have access to this information because there's that angel that will prevent even the highest level initiate from understanding what they read on the page. So they've been cut off from the knowledge, the written knowledge. They've been cut off from their secret way of getting the knowledge, and they don't have anything left. All they can do is go along with whatever it is, the little information that they're hearing, and their own wisdom and understanding, which they've never, ever, ever taken the time to develop. Meanwhile, we've been doing the work to develop our wisdom and understanding, to be appropriate indwellings of the Holy Spirit, to purify ourselves, to seek after the Father and follow him wherever he may lead. And we've been doing the hard spiritual work, removing these spirits and stuff that is on us and around us, and figuring out how we can help others remove the spirits that are on them and around them. We've been doing a lot of hard work, 10 toes down research, and they've just been doing nothing and waiting for the word to be given to them on what to do next. And so I just wanted to point that out to people, because another thing that this book, the Testament of Solomon, says is that when the temple falls, when the pillar falls on the temple, that's the end of the world. And I wonder if anyone knows if the pillar on the temple already fell. Because it seems to me this is the end. So that pillar is already fallen. And I don't know what that means exoterically, but esoterically, we can see that the pillar of the United States has fallen when, as Levi said, when they shed blood on the Capitol steps on January 6th. that was the end, because this was supposed to be the free world. You're not supposed to shed the blood of the people in the free world, especially their people. It wasn't our people who were there. I mean, a few of our people were there, but I was just watching it on TV. Our people weren't there. Our people weren't. Like I said, there were some of people who looked like us there, but I would venture to say that our people sat that one out, especially actually going to the Capitol. I'm sure there were our people there in the crowds that did not go to the Capitol, because I did see our people out there, but not the ones who actually went to the Capitol. Those weren't our people. Our people would have known that was probably a setup, but they shed the blood of their own people. They shed the blood of their own people. And that would be the pillar of freedom that you would see in this country. You had seen in this country, allegedly, since the beginning, allegedly, according to the way they tell the story, that was fallen. That was over, And so it's over, And I understand why you have all of these people calling for an exorcism of the planet, so on and so forth. Nah, these are y'all folks. These are who y'all been getting y'all information from. This is who you have been following and worshiping this whole time. You can't now say, oh, we want to get rid of these things. Like, they're not doing us any good. No, you all chose to worship man. You all chose to worship people. You all chose that. Our people didn't have a choice. Our people were forced to, by the sword, worship a man, or by the sword, die. So y'all chose to worship a man. Y'all chose to worship many, many men, many, many men, many men. Anyway, y'all have to go with that, and the ones who cleave to the Most High, he may have mercy on them, and I pray that he does, the ones that cleave. But the ones that don't, no, you can't ask now to be exercised of these spirits that y'all have been leaning on and getting your riches from and all of this stuff all this time. No, that offer is rejected. That offer is rejected, and therefore, I understand now why they had to go to that temple. I understand. So, yeah, you're rejected, and because you're rejected, there's not really a whole lot you can do, man. You gonna have to. My apologies. You're gonna have to suffer this. The same way you made us to suffer, you're gonna have to suffer this. And, being that the pillar is fallen, the exoteric pillar has fallen. Maybe not the physical pillar, the esoteric pillar has fallen, with the United States shedding blood on its capital by its own citizens. Quote unquote citizens. But yeah, they're probably citizens. You have to answer to that, and I just ask that the Most High continue to increase our understanding and our wisdom, and just like King Solomon, give us the power to subdue these devils, these unclean spirits, and put them to work for us, because there's a lot of work that needs to be done. And we have the power and authority in the name of Jehovah Sabaoth, in the name of Adonai, to command these spirits to do the work of the people of the Most High. And so we command them to do the work of the people of the Most High. They have no choice. The beloved Solomon did it, and he gave the Most High much great praise and great glory. We give the Most High great praise and great glory for subjecting these infernal spirits to us to go now and do the will of the children of light. And to report back to the others that the temple is fallen. And surely it's the end of the world. Shalom, everyone.